Hello, Stephanie Toman. This is the final video. If you do go through them in the order that you want, you don't have to. You can just pick the ones you want. This one's going to be looking at extra features, things like the slideshow setup, rehearsing, running, different output options and different printing outputs. All the things that have been mentioned, some of them mentioned along the way, or you may not have visited them. So we're just getting them all together here, and you can then decide which ones would be helpful and which ones won't. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Module 6, the extra features for the PowerPoint ICDL qualification. Finally, we're coming on to the few little extras that we have towards the end. So you've got things on your transition that you need to just make yourself aware of, that you may need to change your duration. You've got apply to all. You've got the on click, that will come on a mouse click. You've got after a certain amount of time. You've also got on the slideshow tab, you've got some other features. Earlier I did a hide on a slide. I could do it here. I can do it there. And you can see how it's hidden and then hide. So it's the same, it's like a toggle feature. If you rehearse timings, when you do your presentation, you'll see that when I click blah, 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 and I click on the next one, this is the overall and this is the new slide. Blah, 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 blah. Click on the next one and you can see. Then at the end, when you escape, it will ask you if you wanted to save that. I'm not going to, but that's a way of rehearsing. And remember we talked about a function key that runs from a current slide. Can you remember it? So Shift and F5. Outputs, anybody remember where that is? Which tab? Design tab. And we popped it in here and there it is. These are the couple of things that we tend to forget because we don't really use them very much, that's why. And there's your output, just to remind you of what I've just shown you. And then finally, before a little bit of printing, which is of course probably quite important too, is in the slideshow tab itself, it's a setup slideshow. So the areas that you need to be aware of, I'll just pop this over here. If they may ask you to do a loop continuously, that means it just keeps playing all day as your guests are arriving and the PowerPoint just keeps going. Play without people narration, so nobody's talking. Show without animation could be something that you might be asked to use. And manually have the times or use the times automatically if present. So make sure you familiarise yourself with this area and tick or untick anything that's appropriate with regard to the test question. Finally, you've got your printing, very important, because when you go into file and you go into print, make sure you don't print when you're at home. Look at this. And you're messing around, you've got all of your features. So you've got all of the different ones, the ones where you give the handouts, and the actual, if you go full page slide, you're going to print it out one on every piece of paper, it's going to take forever. So really be careful about particular slides you can print. Careful about what you're printing, and also a really good one on the prints is your speaker notes. So you've got a notes page there, and then you would see, I can find one with notes on, I can further down the front, and you might be able to see, and you can see how those notes pages would be quite helpful, particularly if they had notes on like that one, and then you could print that off as well. So printing is quite important too.